Hey all, today I'm sharing my mid-year update for my 25 and 2025 project pan. I've made some great progress so far this year and I'm excited to show you where I'm at with each product, so let's jump in. Let's start with fragrance. Here I have the Clean Reserve Sparkling Sugar. It took me 19 uses to finish and I loved every spritz. It's such a beautifully sweet scent. Definitely one I'd consider repurchasing, so this is where I started, and as you can see it's completely empty. Now you might notice that I don't know, the juice is a different color here, but I'll explain why in a minute. Next up is the Domaine Privé Lavande fragrance. I'll insert a clip here from the intro. I don't actually have this to show you. I did use it up, but I broke the glass container after I finished using it. I did finish it in 16 uses. I realized that I'm not a fan of overly floral scents, and this one was just a bit too much for me. Next up is the La Vanilla Coconut and Vanilla fragrance. Took 22 uses to finish. I actually decanted the rollerball into my empty Clean Reserve bottle to use it as a spray. I don't like roller balls, so the spray option was a lot easier to use, and I loved this scent. Coconut and vanilla are just two of my favorites, so I really enjoyed this one. That's where I started, and well, you can see it's empty. Fleur Sandara. This was done in 19 uses, and I have to say I did not like this. It's really strong and really floral, which are just not things that I enjoy, so I would not repurchase this, but that's where I started. It is a spray bottle, and I was able to use it all up. Jo Malone English Pear and Freesia. I've only used it 3 times so far. It's floral, but it's not overpowering, so I'm still on the fence about it, but I'll keep using it to see how I feel. That's where I started, and that's where I'm at right now. Now on to makeup. This is the Tula Filter Primer in the shade Luna. I've used it 29 times so far. The texture is really odd. It's kind of gritty, but it blends in well, so it just gives like a subtle glow. It's not something that I would repurchase, I don't think. Here's where I started, and here's where I am right now. Next up, we have the RMS Beauty Unpowder. I've used this 4 times so far. I only recently started this one after finishing a 2024 rollover powder, so I have a really late start to my powders. It was completely new. I haven't used it prior to this project, so I've only used it 4 times, so it's still pretty much full. I really like how it mattifies and it sets my foundation, so far, you know, with the limited times I've used it, I've liked it. Next up is the Glossier Stretch Concealer in G8. Now in my intro I did say G11, but when I went to use them, or when I went to use the product, I got it confused, so I switched them up and I've been using the G8 instead. I've only used it 6 times. Still early days, not much progress yet. Drunk Elephant De-Bronzy, I've used it 3 times. This is a 2024 rollover. Now that it's summer, I hope to get more consistent use out of it. Since I did start it last year, that's where I was in my progress, but I've only made a little tiny progress this year for this project. Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in the shade 0. I've used this 25 times. Honestly, this will be tough to finish. So if anyone has any creative ways to use up a black eyeliner without turning me into a panda, please let me know. I mean, I've been tracking the use here in this little notebook. You can see where I started was here, and now I'm at the midpoint here, but I've only made a tiny little progress, and that's what 25 uses. I need help with this one. Buxom Lip Polish in Pippa Pumpkin. I've used it 17 times. It's such a pretty warm shade, perfect for fall, but I'm terrible at remembering to apply lip products, and I really can't tell you how much progress I've made. When I stand it up, it looks like it's up to this line, but it looks like it also has product up here, so there's like this windowing effect going on in the middle, and so my best guess is that I have product like somewhere between these 2 lines, but I can't really tell. hopefully I can get more use out of it. I'll try to keep it standing. Maybe some of this will fall to the bottom and I'll be able to gauge my usage a bit better. Fresh Sugar Lemon Lip Balm. I've used this 65 times. I use it as a nighttime lip treatment, even though that's not really what it's for, but it gets the job done. And I still forget here and there to apply it before bed, but I think the progress is solid and I do believe I can finish it this year. Pat McGrath Lipstick in Nude Venus. I've used it 14 times. I thought this would be an easy win, but I misplaced it for a while. And I also kind of broke it, but I was able to push it back in. It's back now. I love the shade, so I'm back on track. You can see my progress here. That's where I started, and this is kind of where I'm at now. Benefit Gimme Brow in the shade 4.5. I've used it 27 times. It's a great shade for me, but I have to be careful not to get it on the skin around my brows. Still, I like it, and I plan to keep using it. RMS Magic Luminizer. I've used it 32 times. This gives such a stunning glow. One day I actually caught my reflection and thought, oh, what is that glow? And it was this. So it's very emollient though. So it doesn't always play well with every base, but I do really like it. Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. This is my most used product with 77 uses. I've made great progress and I really think I can finish it up by the end of the year. So when I started it, it was completely new, and this is where I'm at now. So definitely like at least the halfway point. So very excited about that progress. By Thierry eyeshadow stick in Misty Rock. I've used it 12 times. It's a gorgeous one and done shade, but lately I've been more into powder shadows. I hope to reach for this more in the summer. So this is where I started, and this is where I'm currently at. At this rate, I really don't see myself finishing it up before the end of the year. Like I said, hopefully now that it's summertime and I'm into lighter makeup, I'll be more prone to use it. Rowan Eyeshadow Quad, 1111. So this is my use count. 3 uses, 4 uses, 5 uses, 4 uses. Not much progress. I know these are creams too, just like the previous item, and they crease like crazy. Sometimes it's a vibe, other times it's a hot mess, so I don't know if I'll fully finish them, but I'll keep trying. Rose Ink Skin Enhance in the shade 030. This is a new roll-in for me, so I've only used it twice. So far, I love it. It's a great shade match. It covers redness. It's not greasy, but I'm just hoping that it's still a match as we move into summer and I start to get a bit more sun. So this is where I started, and that's where I'm at right now. Dior Backstage Foundation in 1,5N. I've used it 35 times. This product is medium to full coverage, and with the warmer weather coming up, I'm reaching for it less. So I think I'll revisit this in the fall. Unfortunately, I shook it, so I can't mark where I'm at. My best guess is probably just above this Dior Backstage lettering. My Armani To Go Cushion Foundation in the shade 4. I finished this in 8 uses. If it weren't for project panning, I probably would have left this product sitting in my cabinet forever. I actually really enjoyed the finish and the application of this, but I'm kind of over the cushion format of things. It felt kind of gross towards the end, and it's just not for me. Now let's move on to products that I've not yet started. We have the Benefit Professional Primer. Since I'm still working on the Tula primer, I haven't gotten around to this one. I might try using both of them, maybe like the Professional and like the center of my face, and Tula more on like the high points. We'll see if that works. It Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores powder. Since I just started the RMS powder, I haven't touched this one. And honestly, I'm worried I won't even get to it this year, so any suggestions are welcome. Here's where I'm starting, so it's not like a brand new product. I don't know why I didn't use this one instead of the RMSM powder one first. Should I switch it over? Let me know. This is the Lila Bee Aglow Face Mist. I'm still working through a Clinique spray from another project, but I keep forgetting to use it. So should I just switch to this one? I'm tempted. I don't think I've used this at all, so that's where I started, and that's pretty much where I'm still at. Maybe like 1 or 2 uses, but I didn't track that, so I'm gonna say 0 use this on this one so far. And finally, the Pacifica Light Foundation in the shade 33 Neutral Light. I haven't even tested it yet. I need to figure out if it's a summer or a winter match, and I'm hoping to at least assess it soon. And that's it. That's my mid-year check-in for my 25 in 2025 project pan. I finished a few, I've made solid progress on several, and I still have a few that are untouched. But we've got half a year left to go, so I'm hopeful that I will still be able to make good progress. If you're also doing a project pan, let me know how it's going for you down in the comments. Or if you have any ideas for using up some of the trickier products that I mentioned, please do share. I'd love to hear your tips. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.